Welcome to VOA Learning English. I'm Anna Mateo.
And I'm Dr. Jill Robbins.
And today, we thought it would be a lot of fun to show you what is involved in Thanksgiving, a major holiday that is just around the corner.
To me, Thanksgiving is really all about the dinner. Thanksgiving dinner with your friends and family.
And also giving thanks. It's called Thanksgiving.
It's all about being thankful for the things that you've experienced in that year.
Exactly. You pause, you reflect, and you give thanks for your health, your wealth, your family, your friends, all the good things that you have experienced.
Thanksgiving started way back in the 1600s when the Pilgrims came to America. It became a national holiday in 1863.
That's right. Do you know who made it a national holiday?
I suppose it was President Lincoln?
Bingo! Correct. Abraham Lincoln made it a national holiday, and now we celebrate it at the same time every year in November. So Thanksgiving is all about the dinner, and people spend a lot of time cooking. And the star of the dinner is the turkey.
The turkey, yes. So people start very early in the morning. Most people buy a frozen turkey, and it has to be thawed. The safest way is to thaw it in the refrigerator overnight. So let's get our turkey out.
Oh, let's see that bird. Now you can get a small bird, you can get a big bird, and you got a big bird. Look at that big, beautiful turkey bird.
They say a pound to a pound and a half per person is a good size.
Always get more than you think you need. In addition to the turkey, stuffing is the most popular side dish for Thanksgiving.
It's my favorite.
It's my favorite too. The main part of stuffing is toasted bread.
And I like putting celery, onions.
Must have celery.
Onions and apples in my stuffing.
You put apples in your stuffing. I do not put apples in my stuffing. It all depends what you like. But bread, onion, and celery and herbs are basic. So you cut up all the ingredients and then you add some
stock.
Some stock, vegetable stock or turkey or chicken stock is fine.
Now we're ready for the broth.
It's really starting to smell like Thanksgiving. It really, really is.
Okay, and one last thing that we want to put into the stuffing is an egg.
We call this dish stuffing because we are going to stuff it into the bird. That's why it's called stuffing. Okay, so you literally stuff this bird, and all of those flavors that we put into the stuffing will bake into the turkey. A lot of times, Dr. Jill, we Americans move away from our families sometimes, and if we can't make it back home to visit our families, a lot of times friends come together, families, friends, family friends. So you may not be with your immediate family, but you spend it with your friends who also can't be with their families. And that's a nice tradition to start. We've stuffed our turkey with stuffing, and now it's time to bake it.
All right.
Awesome. Oh, it's so heavy. So a bird about 25 pounds like this needs about 5 hours in a 350-degree oven.
Now, while we're waiting, we have some other side dishes to make.
We have a classic dish, green bean casserole.
And the casserole is made by adding mushroom soup. Most people just open up a can of mushroom soup.
Fried onions or fresh onions. And you bake that in the oven as well with the turkey.
Some people put in almonds. It's a very traditional casserole.
So that's a classic side dish, it does. But one of the best side dishes is
mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes is a favorite with just about anybody, and it's very simple to make. First, you peel the baking potato. They make the best mashed potatoes. You dice it into small pieces. You add it to a big pot of salted water, and you boil until they're tender. When they're tender, you come in and you mash them up, and you add salt and cream or milk and butter. And voila, you have Thanksgiving Day mashed potatoes. So those are two classic side dishes.
Don't forget the sweet potato casserole.
The sweet potato casserole.
It is so good. It's really a dessert, but we serve it at dinner time.
It is, and you bake it. So you cut up sweet potatoes, you put marshmallows on them, truly.
Miniature marshmallow.
This you melt on top of the sweet potato casserole in the oven with the turkey, and it's fabulous. Again, very traditional.
Cranberry relish.
Cranberry relish. These are raw cranberries. You boil them with some sugar, add some gelatin, and it becomes like a sauce,
A sweet sauce.
Tart, though, sweet and tart. So when the turkey comes out of the oven, that is when we make gravy. And gravy is some of the drippings from the turkey that you take and you mix with, again, butter and salt and seasonings.
And flour.
And flour. So all of these dishes that we are making for Thanksgiving are home cooked. They're simple, nothing fancy,
right.
And they are very filling. We say stick to your ribs because when the Pilgrims came over on the Mayflower, times were tough.
Yes. In fact, my ancestors came on the Mayflower, and in the first winter after arriving in America, they died of starvation. But they did leave a son in England, and 10 years later he came to America to carry on the family name.
That's awesome. The timer. Turkey could be done. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
Everything looks so wonderful. So this is the time when you gather the table with all the food and you give your thanks. You say what you're thankful for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in my family, we go around one at a time and say what we're thankful for. We also sing a prayer. Some people say a prayer. They call it saying grace. But in my family, we sing the Johnny Appleseed song.
Oh, that's so sweet.
The kids love it.
Now, I grew up with 6 brothers and sisters, so we did say what we were thankful for, but more as a group family holding hands, because it would just take too long. And the food smells too good right now to wait. So
It's customary for the person carving the turkey to say, do you want light meat or dark meat? The light meat comes from the breast, and the dark meat comes from the thigh and the leg.
Now, usually as the person carves the turkey, they put it on a plate, and then I pass it to the next person. So you kind of pass all the dishes around, you pass the turkey around, and then you cut more turkey and put it on a plate and set it on the table.
All right, so you came from a big family, right, Donna? Well, my family was pretty big too. At one Thanksgiving, I remember, we were all seated at the table, and everybody was saying, "Where's Grandpa?" Grandpa wasn't coming to the table. He was in the bathroom. We found out later it was because he would have been the 13th person to sit down, and he was superstitious.
He was very superstitious. I have never heard such a tale.
I know, I never have time to count how many people are at the table.
And now, the best part of dinner, dessert. And today we have pumpkin pie and pumpkin roll.
My mom made 2 or 3 kinds of pie. She would make pumpkin, pecan, and sometimes apple pie.
Now, usually at dessert time, there's a lot of other activities going on. You're talking to your family and friends. Maybe you're playing a board game. Maybe you're watching television because on Thanksgiving, a lot of football, American football. Well, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I love sharing culture, and we hope that the listeners had fun hearing about Thanksgiving traditions.
To me, it was nice to walk down memory lane and think about the Thanksgivings that I've celebrated in the past. I've celebrated Thanksgiving in different places in the world, and every place that I've celebrated, I've found joy in sharing with others.
So take this opportunity to be thankful and share with others from everyone at VOA Learning English. Happy Thanksgiving!
Thanksgiving!